everybody, ikuzo, minasan, Tokkuri Yashi dayo. Welcome everybody. Today we're going to be having a look at our new Prifest anniversary character, Theo. And with getting Eri's last anniversary, she has a tall order to live up to, so it means expectations are high. So, has she lived up to those expectations? Let's take a look. So first, we're going to have a quick look at the banner again, and it is a pre-fest banner here till the 3rd of March, so we don't have too long to summon on this banner if you want to do so. We're getting a lot of good things from this banner, as well as all the pre-fest on there. We got the prize gotcha, we're getting extra connect coins, we're getting loads of stuff. Definitely a high value banner, double rates as well for this Theo, so make sure. Well, I'll say it's definitely a high priority to try to summon on here if you can. But what does Theo do? So we can jump over and have a look at what Theo does. So, bring up this graphic here. As we can see, she is a rear guard character sitting in position 746. That's the same place as Ameth. There is a lot of similarities between Theo and Ameth, which is unsurprising considering the connection in their lore. Magical character here then for Theo, wind element, and has been given this healer role. Again, the roles could be a little bit contentious. Why she's not a booster, seeing as she has TP and action speed in her, I don't know. Anyway, the only difference that means is she will get different buffs from the role mastery in the Princess Knight enhancement. So, what's wrong on the screen? Also, I would like you to take a look at the loot pattern down here at the bottom left. Excellent loot pattern here. Skill 1, skill 2, and then it's just a normal attack, skill 1 and skill 2, looping like that. So, unlike Ameth, she does actually do a tiny bit of damage. But it is really negligible, so I wouldn't worry about that. Okay, so let's go over then and have a look at Theo. In game, we did have summons here yesterday. Thanks to everybody that came to watch. Again, we had a lot of fun. Haven't had a chance to have a look then. Please feel free to go and find the VOD and see how we did there with the summons. So, here we go. We have got Theo, and here, Union Burst. You know, this Union Burst greatly boosts all allies' physical and magical defense. That's 414 at the moment. This scales on skill level. She also raises all allies' hit points or heals over time. All allies' hit points there. At the moment, it's 3,771 a second. 10, well, she gets 10 ticks over the 10.5 seconds. This skill scales on magical attacks. The heals on Theo are the only reason you would ever want to put a magical attack on her in EX skill orbs and stuff like that. It's all it'll ever do is make this heal a little bit stronger, which might be worth having, but maybe it's better just to go defensive for her, just to make sure that she doesn't die herself. On top of this, she's going to deploy a barrier over all allies that negates physical and magical damage. So, as you can see, this Union Burst is identical to Ameth Union Burst. There's no surprise there, considering the lore connections between the two characters. So, already off to a pretty good start, because, well, Ameth still is an excellent character. So let's have a look at the skill 1 then here. And Theo here on her skill 1 grants physical and magical damage cut to characters that have the barrier that she's summoned from her Union Burst. There are 15% damage cut. On top of that, for wind allies, she will restore hit points, and she will also give them a 200 times action speed buff. So here we have got a brand new 200 times action speed buff for the wind team. Comparing this skill 1 to Ameth's skill 1, the damage cut is the same. Ameth's heals is bigger, but it's only to the lowest hit point percentage ally, and she doesn't have action speed. Going back to this wind limitation here on the skill 1, I mean, initially I'm sure we all think this is a little bit annoying. It would be great if this character could be used everywhere. This does suggest to me that, unlike Ameth, the Theo here is not going to be the best off element. She's hard locked to a wind team. Although I will say the person at the side games in that meeting that came up with the idea of this kind of thing, locking characters to a single team, even though it might be annoying to us to start with, it's probably increased the longevity of this game by quite a bit, allowing them to release more characters that we're going to require over the period of time. So anomalies like the Xmas L'Oreal perhaps escaped that coming before the anniversary, which maybe they don't want to recreate monsters like Eris and Ameth, I suppose. Again, they were a little bit scared with what they did there. So let's have a look at this skill 2 here. Now on this skill 2 for Theo, she greatly boosts all allies, a physical and a magical attack. The boost is bigger with the barrier up. She also does physical crit damage and magical crit damage. Again, the boost is bigger with the barrier up from a Union Burst. And recovers TP 200 to wind allies. Again, another bit of a restriction there to the wind team. Comparing it to Ameth, Ameth has the larger buff. This is where with Theo, magical attack only increases the heals that she has, but in Ameth, her magical attack will increase the buffs of attack that she gives to her allies. And also this TP down here, Ameth's TP is to the whole team, where again Theo is locked again to the wind team, and Ameth doesn't have this crit on her though. But so that means that maybe Theo's damage, even Theo's attack buffs, even though they're a little bit smaller, might still be quite strong because we're also getting crit damage as well. So there we go. That is Theo. What do we think of her? How is she fitting in with the game? So to do that, we're going to start by looking at the wind team. And who is the biggest loser? With the introduction of Theo onto this team, I would say it is Monica here. Monica, 6-star Monica, is the biggest loser. She was the 200% action speed buffer for the team. However, be a bit of an older character with a bit smaller buffs. Now we've got this Theo on the team. There is no real reason we're ever going to want to use this Monica again, apart from potentially her position. Monica's position might be able to save her because she does sit a bit further forward. Sometimes you might need her there to take that tanking position, although we do have characters on the team like Anemone and Wakana who can often take that tanking role. Sometimes Princess Kokoro can do it as well. So 99 out of 100 times I think we're going to want to run Theo instead of Monica. This was shown against Mad Bear in the Deep Quest stage 6 10 for wind. We took a little go in that stage in my stream when we summoned for Theo. There is a team for this which is using Monica. We swapped Monica out for Theo. That team could auto this boss now with all of the extra levels that we've got. When we put Monica back in, that team couldn't fully auto this boss. So that goes to show definitely Theo is an upgrade to Monica. So what else about this wind team? If you saw my video the other day going over the wind team 1 year after its introduction, it looked pretty bare. It looked like it was a pretty bad team. Well, actually, on reflection, and maybe because of the introduction of Theo, I'm going to say that this wind team is now actually very good. It is surprisingly very good. And the reason for that is it's got a lot of characters on this team that can work well on physical and magical teams. We've got Theo, got Anemone. I suppose you could count this Sports Fest Uni in there. We've got Karin, we've got Princess Kokoro. All of these characters will make up the core of this wind team. So you only need 1 or 2 good physical options or 1 or 2 good magical options to run either a physical or a magical team. For physical, we've got Wakana here, and we've got 6-star Shiori. Stick them on there with a few of those core units, and you've got a good team. For magic, we've got Spring Suzume, we've got the Spring Kyoka. Stick a few of those on the team, and there you go, it's really good. Theo, I think, brings everything together there, and so the introduction of Theo has massively buffed this wind team. Not quite so sure where Ceremonial Ilya sits here. She might be another one of the losers. She did have action speed as well. Now it's not going to be quite so necessary to run her. And also her position closer to the front might hurt her as well when we're talking about tanking options. So, one last thing. How does Theo compare to the megalists of the game, Ameth and Eris? Well, I think still Ameth and Eris are better. Ameth here has got TP to the whole team. Her buffs are a little bit bigger, they're to the whole team. Same with Eris. Her action speed is to the whole team. There are no restrictions on them. They can be run off elements and be excellent. The same cannot be said for Theo. Unfortunately, she's completely locked to a wind team. So, in terms of rankings, I would say for the wind team, Theo here was absolutely excellent. A must-have for the wind team. She gelled everything together and is brilliant, but she is not on the level of Eris or Ameth because she cannot be run off of element. That is what hits her in rankings, but nevertheless, this is a character you want to have for your wind teams. So there we go, that is Theo, our new previous character, who is super kawaii and available now. So hopefully you did manage to summon her. Thank you very much for watching. Everybody let me know what you think of these characters. I'm Tokkuri Yashi, and I'll see you all again for another video. Bye 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 bye. Hey.